Hello, welcome to another great episode here, reporting from COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan. So, I'm actually here trying to collect climatic stories of the different delegates that actually came to attend the big event, the big conference here in Baku. And today I will actually be speaking again to another impressive young person from all the way from Ghana who will be telling us about his climatic story as well. So, as you know, we all have very unique stories, and our stories need to be told because it's time that we actually have to know that climate change does not only affect some people, but it affects all of us. So it might not affect you today, but sooner or later it might actually affect you, or it might actually affect a person that is actually close to you.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great.
So I will just give you actually an opportunity for you to actually introduce yourself. How do
Yes.
you feel?
Yes, my name is Benedict Fosu Arthur, and I'm a climate mobility youth delegate from Ghana. Yeah, so thanks to the GCCM,
And
I am
you are
here.
here at COP29 in
Yes.
Baku.
Yeah.
So, how has your experience actually been at COP29? And just your experience as well, like with how are you finding everything?
Yeah, so this is actually my first COP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and from the third day, I had this reflection that we all need to come together if you want to actually achieve or get to see the results that we want to see.
Yeah,
And so I was happy when we met I think it was the executive director of the Climate Action Network,
yeah.
and she reiterated my point that we need to come together and fight for an agenda till you win,
Yeah,
and you will win.
that's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah. The Global Center for Climate Mobility, they've done a very good job with strategic ways of helping us engage, especially with the experts in the field. So we've been having bilaterals. They've given us the opportunity to mount stages, to
Yeah,
share our stories, and also to hear the stories of the other delegates. And you realize that we all share the same goal, the same objective, just that the how we are experiencing the climate change is different. But
yeah.
we all share the same goal, the same objective to address climate mobility.
That's actually true. Also, like we there are so many people that are actually coming up with organizations and networks that are actually trying to find solutions to different climatic crises that you're actually experiencing. And I think one thing that you also mentioned, that also the director from the climate
Action
change the
network.
action network
Yeah.
also mentioned that we're not working together. And I think coming all of us coming together as civil societies or as organizations, I think we actually will make a more impact and
Yes.
trying to, because if we are working in isolation, we are never really going to make a really a great impact as we really want.
That's true.
So yeah, and you are actually here, and we had a lot of stories. And somebody, like, if you are at COP, you either have a very unique story of how you
Yeah.
actually impacted by climate change, or how you actually know people that actually impacted, and you
Yeah.
kind of like you that really also drive you to actually be part of the group that is actually trying to find solutions. So what is your climate story?
Yeah. So thank you very much for the opportunity to share this. So I actually grew up in the farming community,
Mm,
the kind of community where you wake up in the morning, you see 10 people, nine are going
eh?
to the farm,
Mm,
right? Yes, and that's the livelihood. That was the livelihood for everybody. That's where we get our income to do
mm,
everything. I remember we used to go to the farm on
mm,
Mondays to Saturdays.
mm,
The only days we were not going to the farm was on Sundays, right? And you'll be surprised to know that
eh?
we are going to the farm from Monday to Sundays, throughout with Monday to Saturday throughout the whole month. But then you probably might see a particular farm twice in the whole month.
Really?
That should tell you the number of farms that the family had, because you could see today we are going to the pepper farm,
Mm.
tomorrow we are going to the cassava farm,
Yeah.
the following day garden X farm, the following day cocoa. For cocoa farms we had a number of them. So today you
Really?
go to this one at this side, this one at that side, and the farms were huge. They were the kind of farms where you stand at one side and you won't be able to see the other end. Huge farms. But ask me a simple question: where are those farms
Yes,
today?
they are.
Exactly.
Are they still there?
No, we just have one farm left. And even that one farm is just my Uncle Kwesi, who is now on the farm. And even that farm is not really doing that well now. All my family members, all those who were into farming, had to move. And because the farming was the livelihood, the education of some of my cousins were affected. Because now we are not getting enough income. So those who were dependent on the family, the uncles to provide money for them for their education,
Yeah.
had to
But
stay
what
at home.
happened to the farms?
long period of droughts. Farming, you need water,
Yeah.
consistent water, and when you need it. We used to, I mean, you could actually predict when it was going to rain,
Yeah.
but now you can't, and it's not even raining anymore. It takes a very long time. So, one, you can't predict, and two, the rains are not coming, right? The rains are not coming, and then the water bodies nearby are also dried up. So you can't really farm, and you have to now put it aside, because if you really want to get something to eat, something to take care of your family, you need to put that aside. And working with a lot of local communities in the Upper East region, they also face similar issues: long period of drought, water scarcity, and they also about 90 to 95% of the local communities in the especially in the Kasana and Kana West district are all farmers, and that's their livelihood too.
Yeah.
But the long period of drought, having to wait for about 7 months for rain, it becomes a big problem, a big challenge.
That's actually
Yeah.
sad, and I think that's actually happening in many African countries. There from long drought.
Yes.
Basically, it's actually affecting so many communities. Are there any initiatives that are actually being put in place, or any things that are actually been put in place to actually be able to help the families that are now that are unable to farm today and all that?
Yes. So I'll just touch on, let's say,
Mm.
two of them. So one, we realized that when I started working with the local communities from the Green Africa. So just a quick note that I'm also a project coordinator at the Green Africa Youth Organization, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
when we started working with in the communities, realized that the women, the youth, especially the young girls,
Mm.
have to walk over 7 kilometers just to go search for water. And the water that they bring, you can't even classify it as clean water.
Yes.
And that was keeping a lot of the young girls out of school, actually, because they come back late.
Mm.
They're tired, they can't go to the classroom. So I realized that there's a need for them to have skills in water management.
Yeah.
Simple water filtration systems could help, because you can't use the water that you are drinking for other basic stuff that doesn't require actually clean, or let's say pure water,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to teach them some basic water filtration techniques so that they can filter some water, some grey water, just to reuse it for other basic stuff aside cooking and drinking.
Mm.
And then also basic traditional methods like zai pits, half moons, stone lines, that actually helps with water conservation and soil conservation, so that the farmers can continue a bit into the dry season to continue farming. So we trained about 75 youth in the community, so that they could also go ahead and train others. So yeah, funding is a problem. So you can't always have funding to continue training different sets. So we
Yeah.
made a train of trainers program where we train the youth. The youth also are poised now. They have the skills to also go and train others, and then it continues like that. So now currently they're just waiting for getting to the rainy season, which now happens like once in the whole year. Then they initiate these methods or techniques, which can now carry them through to the dry season to continue planting. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually great. I hope that this will be helping, and with more funding, and funding being really a challenge for many of us in the African continent. I think like things get better, and the decisions that are actually being made here. I think climate finance. I hope climate finance begins to becomes actually one of the decisions or one of the improvements
Yeah.
that we actually have at this COP. So thank you so much for talking to us, and
Mhm.
yeah, just hoping, just wishing you all the best with all that you are doing and with all that you're really trying to do with your community. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, bye.
Bye.